Hello, I'm really glad that you clicked on the video. We're looking into this energy currently, the Swan. So the first two cards will be you. The next two cards will be them. The Swan and the Fool. All right. Currently, Gemini energy. Looks like you're dealing with these life issues. Major life issues. In representation of pure exploration, you have a very blind faith about you, and you're just jumping into these new beginnings without a safety net. You just jumped on in recently. You've been doing it, perhaps on your day-to-day exploration. But I see how these cards are how you do want to jump into new relationships, new career paths, the newness of things. Yeah, there's an element of vetting people here before you've gotten to this point. But I think that Swan, yeah, it's kind of that protective filter. You had a right to try to protect yourself. There is definitely a thrill of the leap that I sense of you, but you're just terrified of landing on broken glass. So let's look at the energy you're going up against. And with a face like this, Lord, that is kind of scary. Well, you're going up against a very hermit type of energy. This personality, let's just take it in a personality concept. With the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I think this is about people. Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn. These represent personality traits, behaviors, and communication style. So, it's changing. There's a metaphor there for the fact how this person, this energy, has been isolated. They're the type to be very disconnected. They're having some sort of a stormy weather pattern inside, if you will, about their physical location, I'm hearing. But it is very fair to say that you already know this person because they're already in their cave. If this was a turtle stanger, you wouldn't even have access to their energy. Let's look at the when and where. When and where. So if you already know who you're dealing with, there's a dynamic here of stop the wheel. Yeah. Look at this. The Wheel of Fortune came up in reverse. So if this picture, your life looking like this for them and you was and not so much. We got the Ten of Cups here. You know, we've definitely got a actively seizing control of the lens themselves. So while they were under a microscope with you, believe it or not, they don't want to be under that microscope, right? The vetting is done. You know, the chaos is definitely dropping away. This is when it's say 10/10. Mark the 10th, the 19th or the 28th on your calendar this Sunday at 10. I don't know if it's AM or PM. There is somebody out there, they've really grounded themselves in their journey. No more running, no more searching. The universe hit the brakes with this one. This is a good sign. But we're having a good omen, and the destination is to the math equation of the perfect one. You know, this is true completion. This is, okay, so based on today's date, it's like July 19th, 2026. The timeline is unfolding right now, right? So today and this week perfectly matches the requirement that we're going through to get. It's an absolute standstill of the energy. So the energy's peaked. Your next peak window, though, your very next confirmation window hits next week's on Tuesday, July 28th. So, well, I guess you could look out for the immediate clock out, like for 10 p.m. on the when and the where. I mean, what is going to happen? I need to just get your first impression here, yeah. Because 1 + 9 = 10. And the absolute standstill of the Wheel of Fortune energy is peaked. So, yeah. All right. First impression. The 5 of Swords, 5 of Birds came up in reverse. The Maze came up in reverse. This matches. Yeah. Yeah. Or defensive. This is you expecting. Okay. This should have been. Okay, this is the type of people that are hard to they're confrontational, but they're not going to be confrontational anymore because their Maze reverse means that somebody has completely surrendered the fight. Okay. In their ego. Nice. It's broke their ego. Yeah. It's a good omen. So while the rigid, tense posture of this person, it's like everybody's posture is going to change. Let me just say that. It's in that overprotecting vetting phase is gone. I can't stress that enough, but I do see their shoulders are shrumped, their head is down. They aren't scanning the room or micro analyzing the other person's expressions anymore. You won't be seeing anybody blankly staring like at the floor or into space or completely zonked out. So whatever you're doing on Monday or Tuesday is definitely helping with that, because I see a sharp, calculated Gemini mental spin, and your face expression is going to be exhausted. Okay, so you will be tired after all of this. It kind of smells to me like the aftermath of intense, long mental battle. And it's the rain after the storm smell, though, because of that 5 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Swords in reverse. It breaks that tension. You will see that. So what do you have in common? That sigh of relief. No more sarcasm. No more defensive. No more saying, I can't do this anymore. I'm just so tired. Those are the folks that we were talking about. And that constant pacing and the foot tapping and the nervous fidgetiness of the maze in reverse has stopped. It does feel really quiet for the both of you now. Secretly crumbling on the inside. There's been a shared loss recently, but neither one of you actually have your resources or shit together yet. You really don't. You know, at different levels, you're experiencing financial security, emotional security. You both built a massive wall and vetted each other because you were terrified of letting each other or anyone else see the real mess. But the ultimate synthesis of fighting each other and running in mental circles because you were both terrified of looking weak and not wanting to appear weak is beautiful. It's the illusion is dead, you see. Yeah. They have dropped the act, stepped out of their isolated garden in this energy. So beautiful. Yeah. They want to finally be seen. Right? We have this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces dealing with an amount of protection, jumping into fix these minor daily conflicts, activating the timeline before the other person has to do it. And this brings a fast moving influence. Tuesday, July 28th is a good frequency that we saw earlier, but it's also energized by this emotional movement, this other person's swift movement. A third party's coming in to help you. It's going to change the tone. Again, that water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You are no longer exploring for hidden dangers around your inner circles. And this is emotional support. Outlook is the mender, stepping in to say it's okay to not have it all together, Gemini. It's unconditional support. The Knight of Cups leads entirely with the heart. They're not in on that vetting. They're not. This could be the new personalities and emotions coming out. You just don't want another what if. You're tired of it. But this is so exciting for you to be able to leap into this knowing the comfort level. We started with 2 people completely burnt out, hiding behind the wall with their mess. And the mender steps in, stitches the pieces, puts it back together. This shows that the material or emotional, even financial instability that you both shared is going to turn into a better story. Yeah. It's a total reconstruction. It's basically the ultimate 10 of Cups timeline alignment in your omen. Through spirit, from my spirit to your spirit, it does bring an absolute sense of divine timing in this omen. It locks in on Sunday, July 19th, which is today, and Tuesday, July 28th. These windows bring you the exact breakthroughs, your level of comfort. Beautiful. So it's going to be a good outlook for these situations. Now, before we close, if this resonated with your spirit, please like the video if you want to help out the global tarot community. Subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be right here waiting to pull the cards for you again real soon to see what happens next. But this looks like a very good omen. Glad to hear it. Thank you for your view. Enjoy the rest of your week. If you get this message in hindsight, comment down below. Let me know how this unfolded. Again, thank you for your time. Take care of yourself today. I'll see you in the next reading.